Well, Bob Iger is getting his old job back as CEO of Disney. According to the press release, Iger agreed to serve the company for 2 years with, quote, a mandate from the board to set the strategic direction for renewed growth and to work closely with the board in developing a successor to lead the company. Iger is taking the job back from the man who replaced him, Bob Chapek. Now, Chapek is leaving with a tenure mired in controversy. His inclusion campaign and his fight with Governor Ron DeSantis were widely criticized for pandering to liberals. Analysts helped lead to subscriber growth, the public approval, and stock price all dropping. That's what's happened as a result. Here to weigh in, our media strategist, Dennis Kneale. Dennis, before we get into some more detail, your thoughts about this?
Well, gosh, it is such a stunning reversal. In June, when Chapek, the CEO, the new one for only 2 years, was in trouble and under attack for having taken sides in the political matter of that Florida law regarding don't say gay, when that happened, the board had to kind of re-up and say, we got to protect our guy. Let's give him a new deal. And so they do that. Then in June, I'm at a wake and I see Bob Iger and I'm asking him, he looked awfully good. Hey, you got another company left in you. And he says, I don't think so.
He looked good because he wasn't working.
Yeah. I'm advising, but no. So this is an utter surprise. It's not something he would have ever lobbied for. He picked this guy. He said to the board, right, I think this is our guy. But now put yourself in that CEO's shoes for a moment. It's your first time that high up in the crow's nest, man. You've run some divisions, but you've never run something where everything you do has political implications. His own lieutenants, his own employees, and millennials are now the biggest block of the workforce. They want him to take a side in this political issue in Florida.
Right.
And yet businesses, how does this affect Disney's business? What is Disney's business about? That's what businesses and companies should focus on. They went too far, Bob. A lot of people. Now with this happening, with the Disney board apparently saying maybe, you know what, we think you went too woke. Let's not go broke. Let's bring in the guy who built this company for 15 years. He is one, Iger, I've known him since the 80s. Yeah. He is one of the most amazing CEOs to run a company. His returns are better than almost any legendary CEO. And yet the guy is kind of low ego. He would never have lobbied for this job, Bob. He never would have pushed for it.
And you know, it's hard to pick your successor when you're that good. I mean, you could ask, obviously, Jack Welch isn't here, but he may have said he picked the wrong guy there. And as a reminder to folks, another aspect of Disney besides the woke messaging for theme parks, price hikes and ride failures angered customers, but the company's theme park division enjoyed record revenues. It seems to me, Dennis, though, that when a company becomes political, this is Disney, for goodness sake.
Is this a hit you had to take? Is this something you had to do?
Yeah, they were picking a fight, especially with a guy that was willing to fight him, and DeSantis. DeSantis said, oh, yeah, well, you're getting some tax breaks there in Central Florida. Exactly.
And so all of these other things get gated onto it, Bob, when this is business.
He misread it.
Yes, he did.
And isn't that what a CEO is paid to do? I mean...
And yet, here's the thing. This is your first crisis as the brand new CEO. Do you go back to the guy that handed you the job? Do you go back to the father figure and say, what's your advice? I'll bet you he didn't. I couldn't have. I would have wanted to show him I could do this myself. And then he made the wrong call. He went too far. You know, he should have stayed out of it. Now, will companies be able to stay out of it? You got big banks, I think JP Morgan. You can't use our credit card to buy guns because we're against guns.
Right,
and you got, at some point, shouldn't you get out of that and let voters decide all that and leave it and get back to business? Will this be a change, Bob? Now that if you're a CEO of a company and you're going woke and you see what happened to this guy at Disney, maybe you got to like rein it in because you don't want to get fired that way.
I've always quoted some. I worked in Tennessee for a while, and the saying there, you ain't got to like a man to drink his liquor.
Can you translate for the rest of us? Or
yeah, it's like, you know, I like the guy's liquor. He makes good liquor. Yeah, I don't like him much, but I like this liquor. You know, focus on your business and do a good job. And if people like it, they'll buy it and stay out of the politics.
You don't have to take stances on everything. And companies been taking too many stances.
You don't speak Southern.
Right. I used to.
Bless your heart. All right, Dennis Kneale.